Hi guys, welcome back to Cat Every Day. I'm Cat. I am a 58-year-old wife and mom of 4 beautiful boys. One of them is a man now, and we are homeschoolers. We own our own business, keep real busy. I have a schedule down in the description bar that I try to follow for our what we're doing on each day, but I kind of messed up on yesterday and today. So yesterday I was supposed to do a hangout, and today was supposed to be the shopping day, but I've got that kind of mixed up. I put my shopping day up yesterday, so today we're hanging out. If you're new, I hope that you will decide to stay. This isn't just about health and fitness all the time, but it's about life and chronicling where we are at this point in our lives. We just recently changed the channel over, so it's opened up more to more of hangouts and more arts and crafts, shopping days, readings, inspiration, recipes on certain days. So it's just kind of like, all kinds of stuff. It's a potpourri of life and where we are right now. So I hope you do decide to stay. Okay, so what's today about? Today, I realized that I have not shared my health and fitness journey with you in quite a while, and I didn't know if you were wondering what I was doing. Last we spoke about this, I think it was 2024 March, and I was doing summer sizing. I still love summer sizing. I do highly recommend it. It's a great eating plan. It was one of Suzanne Summers' brainchildren. She did many things while she was alive in life, and summer sizing was one of them. Her cookbooks are amazing. I love them. But I did stop doing it last year for, several reasons. And one of the biggest reasons was because at that point in my life, it's the same reason why I stepped back from doing videos for a while last year. It's because my life just got really hectic and crazy. And at the time I was still, trying to get stronger and get over the whole process of having a radical hysterectomy the year before at the end of the year. And I just found it so overwhelming that, having to homeschool and everything, that I just needed to focus on the very, very basics of what I needed to do to live. And so as far as like focusing on my own eating plan, I kind of just stepped away, and unfortunately I feel like I did neglect myself for a little bit in that way, but in another way I was just trying to heal, and I realized that I needed to build up my core strength again and get stronger again and heal. So anyway, I stepped back, and another reason why is because I've really found that after, I don't have a gallbladder, and I'm finding that the more when I eat low carb, and I tend to eat higher fats when I eat low carb, it's harder for me to process the fat without a liver. Had my gallbladder out years ago, but it's just lately it seems like it's even harder if I do that. So I pulled back from that as well. And my diet nowadays, it just feels like the most optimal way to eat for me, I'm finding, is low fat, high protein, high fiber, lots of veggies, moderate fruits. I drink almond milk for my milk. Now, I didn't really concentrate on my nutrition like this for the rest of last year. Now, the reason why was because I felt there was so much going on in my life that I could either focus on one of two things. Either nutrition or fitness was going to get it, but not both of them. And I really needed to build up my fitness level back again and gain my strength. So I said, okay, fitness is winning out. Now, when you just focus on fitness, sometimes it's nice to focus on something like that for a while, but when you do that, you risk forming the mindset of like bargaining with yourself. And you start to say, well, I'm doing so well with my workout. I've done so well with my workout. So now I'm going to fudge the diet here. Now I'm going to allow myself to have these treats. Now I'm going to have this or that extra piece of pizza, whatever, when we go out. And unfortunately, because things were so hectic last year, we were going out quite a bit more than usual. And I was cooking at home less and going for things that were more convenient, which is never a good recipe for weight loss. Anyway, so yes, I put on weight. I did weigh myself this morning, which I haven't done in months. And I am probably one of my heaviest weights that I've ever been in my life. But anyway, let's go on. Okay, so when I was building up my fitness level and working on my discipline to attack my fitness level, and that was 3 strength training sessions a week, and then, two cardios, 3 cardios, and one day I took off. I did meet that, and I was starting to do this very diligently for months on end. And did I lose any weight during that time that I was so diligent with all these workouts? No, I didn't lose any of it. In fact, during the holidays, I managed to gain some. So I not only need to lose like 10 pounds now, I need to lose 15. So in order to just feel good at where I'm at on my small 5'3" frame. So that's where I'm at. But now I feel like I am ready. I feel like I'm finally ready to apply the same amount of commitment level that I did with my fitness. And my fitness level is amazing. I'm stronger than ever. My core, I got all my core strength back. And my stamina is great. My flexibility is phenomenal. And so focusing on fitness, it really did pay off in that respect. Weight-wise and not focusing on my nutrition, that hurt. So now, even though I'm in better shape physically, as far as being able to move than I was before, but my weight is higher because my nutrition stinks. So now I have to deal with that. And I am getting on board with that. I am keeping a journal. I've begun keeping a journal, and I think that this is really going to help me shift my mindset to meet the discipline that I've found in fitness and apply it to my nutrition. Weight Watchers app is amazing. I highly do recommend it. I love the new changes that they have made, but I'm finding that not only do I need to see my whole day at a glance of what I have eaten, but I need to keep the notes on what's going on in here about, this whole change and fluctuation and how I'm feeling in here, and get it out so that it's solidified and I can move forward another step instead of it being hazy and not, you know what I mean, my mind not really being fully committed. So I'm doing this. I'm going to show you one of 2 workouts that I do as far as strength training workout. I still do the cardio, but mostly for cardio, I do climbing on a treadmill. So I'll set it at like 5.0 or higher, and then, I'll go up to 2 to 2.5 right now. Still working with a healing ankle after the surgery to remove a little bit of cancer from there, and so it's very sore and it still swells up and it's but that's the way it is, so that's great. So anyway, let's go on. I'll show you what I do with my fitness, and then as well as I will show you what I ate all day yesterday. I want to show you this journal that I was keeping starting last year, off and on last year, and then it picked up speed, and it kind of changed a little bit over the year. And what happened was at the beginning, I really had a hard time finding my bearings and what I was going to do. And so I started writing out, what I was going to do. I was trying to catch my rhythm. This is March. That was February when I started, I think. And then you can see in March, all the little check marks are where I actually completed it. And then for some reason, I had petered out. I don't know what was going on. In any case, you can see I decorated with a lot of stickers. I was getting ready in my mind to do it. These check marks indicate I was doing the first couple weeks or so. And then I think I petered out because otherwise I stopped doing the check marks. I set this one up in May. I didn't do it for some reason. Now, during this time, I was doing, I was on the cardio, and so I was doing at least a half an hour to 45 minutes a day on the treadmill. And I was still getting over, before that, in October, I had a major surgery, so, it was coming back slowly. All right, this is July, And this is where I really hit the ground running. I had seen a picture of myself I wasn't really happy with. And after the hysterectomy the year prior, I seemed to have put on about 9 pounds, just under 10 pounds. And I didn't like the way it was sitting. So I thought, you know what, I need to do something. And I didn't really zero in so much on the food like I probably should have, but I wanted to get my physical fitness down, and I was feeling weak. I wasn't really balanced, and I was losing my inner strength, my core strength, and I just really wanted to, especially after radical hysterectomy, I needed that core strength again. And so this is where I started, the 17th of July, after I turned 58 this last year. And you can see I did not miss a day. So I was doing weights, about 3 days a week of weights. And then the other days I would fill in with cardio, 3 days. And then one day, Sunday, I was off, although I usually got on the treadmill then too, just because I felt like it, but I didn't have to. And then you can see August, I was on board, never missed a day. I did great. September, never missed a day. I was doing wonderful. October, never missed a day, doing great. Okay, and then November, this is upside down, but same thing, didn't miss a day. And then December, this is where it started going kind of wonky. I was getting ready for Christmas here, and so you could see the empty days. And then I started trying to get back into it again, but on the 13th, I think it was, I had surgery on my ankle to remove some cancer. And so it took a long time, and it still is taking time. It hasn't healed yet, and it does hurt every day. But I really was trying to get back at the end of December. And then, of course, January is always the time that you try to get started again. So here I am trying to start again. I'm over here in January. And I am doing pretty good. You could see some days where I just couldn't get to it. But I have 2 weight workouts. Number 1 and number 2 is what I call them. And I just got done doing today's, which was a number 2 workout. So I'll leave a little mark here that says I did it, and then I'll cross it off. Now my number 2 workout is this one. I have all of these exercises here. And I made up these 2 workouts from the Toscarino book, Your Best Body Now, I think. And so I picked them out and I designed it myself and put them together. So my date goes up here, the workout that it is. I leave myself little notes. And then I check them off as I go. So I do about 15 to 20 reps on each exercise. And then I do 3 sets of everything. And it usually takes me about 45 minutes to get through. This one is the number 1 workout, and I've had to modify some of these because of my ankle still healing, but I'm still trying to complete it all. So next time I'll show you what this is, but today I'll show you what the exercises look like that I'm doing here. But I am very proud of myself. I am back. As far as this goes, I am really trying to be diligent. Now, after stretching, I start my day with the bench crunch, and I'll do so many sets of that, and then I move into dumbbell press, which are kind of like straight overhead, and then I will move into bent lateral raise. And I just started adjusting these because I think somebody told me that I needed to adjust them to get a better workout. And then face down lateral raise comes next, and I try to go slowly as possible. And I try to get the workout done first thing in the morning before, makeup or before breakfast. Next is reverse bench crunch, and I use the weight bar to kind of stabilize myself and help. At first, I used it to help pull myself up. Now I just use it for stabilization. And then seated press behind the neck, where it comes straight down. And then the next is seated barbell upright row. And I'm using 10 pounds here. And so I could do some of these with a little heavier, but I just kind of want to tone. And all of these exercises really help me to strengthen my core and keep my balance. Next, I have lying dumbbell side raise. And
I will switch this with another one that's kind of similar on the other workout that I do, but this one just really helps my lower back because I have degenerative disc disorder, and this is one of the exercises that the therapist had given to me to strengthen. And since I've been doing this workout, I have not had any of those lower back problems, so I know it's strengthened it. And then I have the bench knee tucks that I do, and I do try to do about 20 to 25 of those. And then now that, you can tell that my balance has really, really gotten stronger since I've been doing this workout. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to do this on top of this bench here. So those are really great. And then the next thing I move into is standing barbell upright rows. And I usually try to use a barbell for this, but my husband's using the barbells and he has them loaded up a certain way. He says I can use them, and he doesn't mind, but I don't like to mess with his workout and the way he has it, laid out. So I told him I'm going to purchase another one, and that way it'll be loaded with mine, and then I don't have to disturb his. So he's really sweet, but I don't want to mess up his workout because he's got things set up a certain way for himself as well. Okay, so right after this, I'm going to move into squats. And squats, if I put the bench behind me, I'll use something in front like this sometimes to help stabilize me. But I will tuck the bench or something behind to make sure that I'm coming down low enough and that my rear end touches it so that I am coming down low enough and getting those squats engaged, my glutes engaged into the squats. So I'll do about 60 of these before I move into the next exercise, which is the leg curl. So when I first started doing these leg curls, I used to have to bend over and hold the bench with both of my hands just to steady myself. And now, my ankle is bothering me a little bit here, so I am steadying myself a bit, but it's not anything like it used to be. So I will do about 20 on each side, and I've got it loaded with about 25 pounds. So this really helps me with my balance too, besides strengthening my legs. And then so after this, I move into leg lifts, and I have to use these weights. Normally I would do lunges, but because my ankle is still healing, it really hurts when I come forward. You can see it's still draining, so I've got a bandage on it. And so I will put these around, being very careful to avoid the wound area. And then instead, what I'll do is, instead of lunges, is do leg lifts in the back, and I'll do about 20 back on each side, and then I will switch over and do 20, kind of like a bent knee lift on each side. So I noticed so much of this really, really helped me with my strength and my balance in my core. And even if I'm like putting on weight over the holidays, which I did, and on top of the weight that I already needed to lose, so now I really got to get serious. I know inside I'm this really strong woman, and there's these muscles that are waiting to pop a little bit more again. Okay, so now I'm doing a lying dumbbell press, and I'm using 20 pounds here to push them up. My husband uses these fat grips that I got him for his birthday on here, and they work really well for him, but he has really big hands and I don't, so it is a little harder for me to do it, but I don't want to take the grips off. It does give a good grip, but I really think that they're better for men's hands than probably a smaller petite woman's hand. All right, now I'm doing a back squat, and I did load up this dumbbell because it didn't have anything on it, so I don't think my husband would mind. But I'm using 25 on each side, so that's 50, and I'm doing about 15 reps, I think. And I'm just getting back to this because of the extra weight being pushed on my ankle. So I will do more of these reps as my strength builds. So having this rack here is really, really helpful. My husband wanted it, and I'm so glad he got it because it's so much easier to just load up and back up the the dumbbell instead of trying to pick it up and throw your back out. And the last thing here is machine leg extension, and I am doing about 15 of those. And then the last repetition, though, I normally do about 20, and so I push it a little bit on that last bit. But I do all of these weights, these strength building exercises barefoot, and the reason why is because it helps me to keep my balance more, and I can keep it better, I've noticed, when I am barefoot. And if I'm on the treadmill and I'm doing my climb or my walk, I'm also barefoot. So that is the first set, and now I have to do all that 2 more times, and then I'll be done with it this morning. Anyway, I better get back to it, and then let's get on with the day. This is typically what I have every morning, and it is a zucchini muffin. It's a summer-sized muffin, and I believe I have the recipe in my playlist. Egg whites, a kimchi if I have it, a few blueberries, and a mandarin orange, some almond milk. All right, I am in the car, and it's one of those mad dash days to take the kids all over the place, and they are in a class right now, and so I was running around, and I am so hungry. It's already way after lunchtime, and I just need something to tie me over. So I dropped into Walmart, and I got this little veggie tray. I don't want this ranch in here, though. So what I did was I also bought a pack of, hummus, and I'm going to switch it out for this hummus, and that's what I'm going to be using for my veggies. And I bought this bag here to take home of the mini pretzels, and I'm going to count out 19. You know what? I just need probably 10, and that'll tie me over. And I could use those for dipping. So that's going to keep me till I get home. All right, at home I had some of my chicken chili, white chicken chili. It should be in my playlist as well. And then I have homemade whole wheat tortilla, and I have a piece of cheese, some mayonnaise, Dijon mustard, avocado, lettuce, and beefsteak tomato, and a Diet Dr. Pepper. And then for dinner, all I wanted was some high-protein waffles. This might be in my playlist. If not, I'll be making a video soon. I have homemade apple butter that I made and sugar-free syrup, and I'm also having some almond milk.